We are tired, but we don't know why we are tired. We are earning, but it still feels like we are losing. Every middle class person today is running a race they never signed up for, chasing a finish line that keeps on moving and calling it success. By the end of this video, you will understand why the middle class needs to create its own benchmark of happiness. Life is not a straight road, it's a game. And like every game, someone designs the rules, someone sets the goalpost, and someone makes sure most people keep playing without winning. Look around. We feel like something is urgent. This has to be done. That has to be done. Work harder. Sleep less. BP, diabetes, anxiety. It's okay. Adjust. No rest until you achieve something. But what is that something? Nobody clearly told us. It was shown to us. How it was shown to us? A bigger phone, a shinier watch, a costlier school, a louder wedding, a better car, a bigger house than your cousins, and suddenly happiness became something you show, not something you feel. This didn't happen by accident, right? A very small group of people, that is less than 1%, controls most of the wealth, brands, media, and narratives. And they quietly decided what success should look like for the remaining 99%, especially the middle class. Success now means consumption. Happiness now means spending. If you don't spend, you feel left out. If you don't show, you feel small. According to multiple income surveys in India, a typical middle class household earns around 6 lakhs to 12 lakh per year. And after PF and deductions and take home, income is much lower. Now let's break it down. Rent or home loan EMI is around 25 to 40% of that income which you will be getting. The school fees is around 1 to 3 lakhs per year for good schools. Transport, fuel, insurance, groceries, another big chunk of money is gone. EMIs for phone, TV, fridge, laptop, car, and then festivals, birthday, wedding, social obligations. At the end of the year, what's left? Nothing or very little savings. And even that savings is under pressure to be used properly. You are told if you don't buy on Diwali, you are missing out. If your child's birthday doesn't have cake and balloons, you are a bad parent. If your phone is old, someone will judge you. If your wedding is simple, log kya kahenge? So the middle class does what it always does. That is, it adjusts, it compromises, it stretches. Credit card, personal loans, EMIs, buy now, pay later, and the worst part, we feel proud of it. See, I have managed everything. I have handled everything. I have done what responsible person will do. But let's pause and ask us a question. Who is getting rich from this? You? No, right? Every extra EMIs earns interest for banks. Every brand logo earns profit for companies. Every festival sale pushes quarterly targets. Every GST you pay feeds a system that really gives relief back to the middle class. You pay direct tax, you pay indirect tax, you pay tax on fuel, tax on food, tax on school fees, tax on insurance. In return, what do you get? Crowded hospitals, expensive education, no safety net. And still, people will say, if you are stressed, you didn't work hard enough. This is the real problem. The middle class is not poor, the middle class is overloaded financially, mentally, and emotionally. The middle class itself helps keep the system alive, right? We compare, we copy, we show off. One person buys a luxury car on loan. Suddenly, everyone feels their normal car is a failure. One parent brags about school fees. Suddenly, education becomes a competition, not a need. This is not happiness, this is peer pressure, but with a price tag. And starts very early. A 40-year-old man often says life was better in childhood. You know why? Because when that 40-year-old was smaller, they didn't have brands. They didn't know comparisons. They didn't know Instagram. They used to play. They have friends. They used to go for food which was homemade. They used to sleep, proper sleep. Then TV came, then ads, then mobile phones, then social media, and suddenly happiness got packaged. Bright colors, music, perfect families, perfect houses. Nobody shows EMIs, right? Nobody shows stress. Nobody shows panic attacks at 3 a.m. only highlights that they are perfect. So, what should the middle class do? Quit everything? Live like monks? No, that's another trap. The solution is not rejecting money, the solution is changing the benchmark. Happiness for middle class cannot be the same as happiness sold by luxury brands or billionaires. Why? Because their income curve and your income curve are not the same. A billionaire spending 1 crore is like you spending rupees 100. But when you try to copy that lifestyle of that billionaire, the damage is real. So the middle class needs its own scorecard. Let me tell you what scorecard can look like. First benchmark, peace of mind. If a purchase increases anxiety, it's too expensive, no matter how cheap it looks. Second benchmark, health. No amount of money is worth constant BP, sugar, panic, or no sleep. Medical costs later will destroy whatever status you have bought. Third benchmark, freedom from EMIs. An EMI free life is more luxurious than any logo. Fourth benchmark, real savings. Not just investments, screenshots, but money you can actually use without fear. Fifth benchmark, time. Can you sit with your family without checking emails? Can you sleep without worrying about money? Now, if these five benchmarks are met, you are happy. If a middle class person saves even 5,000 per month consistently, invest it sensibly, avoids lifestyle inflation, and avoid unnecessary EMIs, that person builds more real security than someone earning double but spending everything. Compound interest works quietly, so does debt. One builds freedom, the other builds pressure. The system doesn't want you to understand this because a peaceful middle class doesn't overspend. A calm middle class doesn't panic buy. A satisfied middle class doesn't chase fake success. And that's bad for consumer driven profit models. This is why happiness is marketed, not taught. Look at festivals. Earlier it was about togetherness. Now it's about shopping list. Look at weddings. Earlier it was about union. Now it's about Instagram reels and comparisons. Look at birthdays. Earlier it was about family. Now it's about parties and validation. You don't need to prove your worth by spending money you don't have. You don't need to match someone else's life highlighting reel. You don't need permission to live simply. Form your own benchmark because happiness for you is, or happiness for middle class is, no debt, a small emergency fund, time with family, health without medicine, sleep without fear. That is not small thinking, that is intelligent thinking. The richest people are not always the happiest. The happiest people are often the ones who stopped comparing. The moment you decide your own rules, the pressure drops. You don't have to quit your job. You don't have to stop earning more. Life is not a race. It's not a showroom. It's not a competition. The middle class doesn't need more stress disguised as success. It needs clarity, boundaries, and its own definition of happiness.